Okay, yesterday I did a video, and the thumbnail of the video was FANG stocks going down. Where is the buy-in? And I basically went over the scenario that I think there has to be a reason for a drop, and that we know we have an election on Tuesday of this coming week, and what would have to happen that would make that drop occur. We also went over the fact that the market is being driven by the debt that our nation is taking on and how that debt is trickling down to the tech companies that are going to change the way we live and are currently changing the way we live. So I basically said that there were three scenarios. One being that of President Trump gets reelected, and he keeps beating his drum that he is the creator of the best economy in the history of the United States, and that he would work diligently to make sure that that continued to happen. Then I said there was a scenario under which Joe Biden won, and that he would be very sympathetic to the conditions of the people in the United States. And we know that Nancy Pelosi is already committed to taking our debt up from $27 trillion to $30 trillion with a $3 trillion stimulus package. So that would, in my estimation, also result in a continuation of the market going up. So I then said, okay, I think there's a third possibility that could quite possibly bring the market down. And I was saying that it would need to bring it down, or would bring it down, somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 to 25%. So with that being said, then what I did was I looked at the stocks that I want to own and that are what I feel are the stocks that are going to take me into the future and continue to give me annual returns of prior year. 19 was about a 40% return, and thus far this year about a 50% return. And I'm still in 50% cash. So I then said, okay, here are the stocks that I'm interested in owning. And they are the FANG plus a few more. And this is their current price. Starting with Netflix, you got $4.47. My target price on Netflix, to get it back into the channel where it had traded prior to its surge from the pandemic, would be $4.19, which is an 11% reduction. Google, 16.12 down to 12.95. That's a 19% reduction. Facebook, current 260, target 197. That's a 24% reduction. Amazon, 3,026 down to 21.79. That's a 27% reduction. Microsoft, 200 down to 167. That's a 16.5% reduction. Tesla, 380 down to 250. That's a 35% reduction. That's substantial. Apple, 108 to 70. That's a 29% reduction. So what would have to happen that would create such a enormous drop in the stocks? Okay, here is what I think could make that happen. Joe Biden gets elected. Donald Trump, President Trump, gets very angry, and he fights tooth and nail to concede. And he then goes on the basis, okay, if you reject me, you take what you get. I'm done. I've done my best. That's it. We got 71 days. I believe it's 71 days from next Tuesday till when Joe Biden would be inaugurated. In that period of time, either allowing what's on the books to take place or pushing it forward faster, the forbearance would go away. And estimated 6 million families would be put out on the street as a combination of foreclosures and evictions from rental. That would be dramatic. That would shake the banking system up substantially with no relief, and also, as I said, no relief package whatsoever. And a commitment from President Trump, it's your problem from this point on. Don't ask me for any help. And no stimulus package is initiated until sometime after January 20th. I think that would be a shock. I think it would be a confidence breaker and a feeling of we are out of control. And under those circumstances, I think some of these numbers could be met. And I think that it would be a short-term effect because I believe if Biden does get elected, he's going to give the stimulus package because he's going to attempt to increase taxes on the wealthy. Do I think that's a big deal? No, I do not. I know from my own past experience, if you understand the tax code, they can write the tax code any way they want. Back when I remember, I think it was prior to Ronald Reagan, the highest tax rate was 75%. It's currently, I believe, at 39.6. And millionaires kept becoming millionaires at 75%. They found loopholes. They found ways to maneuver through the system to accumulate wealth. So I'm not concerned about a raise in taxes. If I got to keep my income under $400,000, and is that on me or is that on combined Nita and I, I'll find a way to do it. If I have to pay my grandchildren rather than paying myself, I'll find a way to do it. And I can do things like that if I own my own company. So that doesn't worry me. What concerns me is if Joe Biden gets elected and Donald Trump gets vindictive. And if he basically said, I gave you everything, you rejected me, now you're on your own. I don't know if that's could happen. I would hope that he would not want to leave such a legacy. But there's a lot of things I hope for that just haven't materialized the way I would have liked to seen them happen. So that is the scenario that I believe that I could get down to these target prices, which would make me an all-in buyer. And I will say up front, I'm an all-in buyer on these stocks anyway. I want to carry these stocks forward for the next 5, 10 years. I believe that they control the elixir that is going to bring our country back to its strong position as the technology, the financial, the military, every element of leadership that is required. And I believe that in my heart, I hope that the people we elect to run our country recognize the need to bring these companies together in some format, that they work collectively to maintain our position as the leader of the economic world. Because if they don't, if they keep badgering these folks and threatening to break them up, we've got China to contend with. And China has no intention that I can see of breaking up their technology leaders. They are instead feeding their technology leaders everything they want and need to create the society that is going to, if we don't get our together, that is, they are going to create a society that is going to be the envy of the world, because everything will work cohesively for the betterment of the individuals in the community. Now, I know you say it's a communist country and that the people are living under a authoritarian, but I've spent a month in China, and granted, it was about 12 years ago, but I saw some very happy people. I saw a lot of people wanting to live the Western life. I saw a lot of people working hard and working together to improve their life situation. And I know a lot has changed since then, but I'm not so concerned about China. I'm concerned about us taking care of our world and creating an atmosphere that makes me happy to live where I'm at and content with the people, feeling content with the people who I elect, that they're working for the common good. And I'm not sure I feel that. I know I don't feel that way now. So I haven't had the opportunity to read your comments as to what could cause a 35 to an 11% to a 35% drop in market price, so that I could meet my target prices on the stocks that I want to own. But I'd like your feedback on the scenario I gave you. What do you think will happen if Joe Biden wins and Donald Trump becomes a lame duck president? Go into the comments, share your comments, hit the join button so I know which of you are the real supporters of this channel and those who want this kind of information, those who want someone who connects the dots and then gives you something to think about and something for you to study. So if you want to be a part of our tribe, go to bestofusinvestors.com. That will take you to a website where you can give me your name and your email address. I will then connect you to the tribe. You will also get a invitation to join our Discord, which I call the Village, and we will share more information. You'll be invited to our live sessions, and you'll become a part of this tribe. So that's my take. I'm going to talk next week more specific as to what I think are the opportunities and how those opportunities are going to come about in the coming months. So thank you so much, and join the tribe.